Tucked away in the northeast corner of the U.S., there is a small town where tomorrow never comes. A quiet place with a majestic hall, a brick and mortar temple to the American game. Here, the warm glow of bygone days are collected and safeguarded for all time. Artifacts of greatness, legendary tools of a beloved trade. But whenever the present turns its eyes to the past, the most coveted treasures are the heroes.
Getting tougher and tougher as this game goes along.
The magnificent Yankee, number 7, Mickey Mantle. The greatest hitter that ever lived.
They throw in where I'm swinging, and I'll be swinging, might mean the old ballgame.
Icons of our prized pastime, whose lives on and off the field have the power to change us forever.
Well, now here's Robinson coming into the picture. You see, the first colored fellow that ever came in. Belatedly.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rickey. I'm certainly delighted with my contract.
Strength with class. Determination wrapped in hope. Within these walls, you will find the pride of a nation.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Our desire to overcome is personified here, and every now and then hammered home.
He's sitting on 714. It's gone. There's a new home run champion of all time.
Our story lies within these walls. Triumphs of spirit alongside losses we'll never forget. But even the past is an ever-changing place. And once a year, cherished heroes welcome new ones to these hallowed halls. As we select these boys of summer to become men for all time.
Hey, sports cars fans, this is Ray from Philly, and welcome to the 7th annual Baseball Card Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Tonight, we'll be inducting 10 new baseball cards into the Baseball Card Hall of Fame. There has been 61 cards up to this date that have been elected and inducted into the Baseball Card Hall of Fame. Tonight, 10 more new cards will be joining the other 61 cards into the Baseball Card Hall of Fame, bringing the total now to 71 baseball cards. So before we get into the induction ceremony, I first want to go over some very special thank yous to a lot of people out there. First off, I want to give a thanks to John Newman of Sports Card Nation. John did an episode with me and did a 2-part episode on his channel going over the ballot and going over the history of the Baseball Card Hall of Fame. I really appreciate it, John. Thank you for your support. Dr. James Beckett was on my channel going over his selections for the 3rd year in a row. And once again, Dr. Beckett, I appreciate all your kindness and your professionalism and your support over these years. Mike Moynihan and John Keating, I was on Bench Clear Media Network for Hobby Think Tank. We were going over their selections and the history of the Baseball Card Hall of Fame. Great show. I really appreciate it to Mike and John. Special thank you to you guys. Dylan, Double D Vintage, and Adam, Splendid Sports Cards, had me on their channel about 2 weeks ago to go over their selections as well for the Baseball Card Hall of Fame. Thank you to Dylan and thank you to Adam. I really appreciate all your support, guys. Thank you. And Dylan was pumping it for every single day after that, just pumping the Baseball Card Hall of Fame and, of course, his card that he wanted to get in. Very special thanks to Chris Sewell from Baseball Card Collector, Investor, and Dealer in that order. Chris was on my channel going over his selections and then pumped it up on his channel and was a tremendous help. And this was the second year in a row I had Chris Sewell on to go over his selections. So thank you, Chris. I greatly appreciate it. Very special thanks to Greg, Midlife Sports Cards. Greg had me on about a week ago on his channel with an absolutely fantastic presentation of the history of the Baseball Card Hall of Fame and his selections and suggestions. And pretty much every single day since then, Greg was a voice for me helping out and pumping this up. And without you, Greg, I wouldn't have been able to do this. Thank you very much. And to the rest of the YouTube community for doing videos on their channels with their selections, thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it to all of you guys. So, first off, this was by far the biggest turnout ever. The record was back in 2021 when there was 561 total votes. In 2022, 460, and in 2023, 319. As you can see here by this screen, there was a total, that's right, you're not reading this incorrectly, there was a total of 914 total votes, an all-time record turnout. And again, it's thanks to you, the YouTuber subscribers, and to all those other channels out there who immensely helped me this year. I really thank you very much. So now, without further ado, the moment you've all been waiting for. Let's go over the rules one last time before we go over this year's 10 newest inductees. 40 cards total on the ballot. The top 10 voted cards get into the Hall of Fame. The bottom 5 voted cards get removed from next year's ballot. Cards 11 to 35 get kept on the ballot for 2025. Are you ready? I know you guys are. It's been 4 weeks of, I gotta say, the most fun I've ever had. And I've been on YouTube for 9 years. This was a tremendous amount of fun. Let's get to it. The card with the 10 most votes, which had received 275 of the 914 votes, is the 1914 Cracker Jack Christy Mathewson with the 10 most votes, receiving 275 of the 914 votes, a percentage of 30.1%. Welcome to the Baseball Card Hall of Fame. For the second straight year, there was a tie. The cards tied with the 9th and 8th most votes, which both received exactly 286 of the 900 in total votes, are the 1957 Topps Brooks Robinson rookie and the 1953 Bowman Color Mickey Mantle. Both received exactly 286 votes of the 914 for a percentage of 31.3%. As you can see, so far, very close on both of these cards, the first 3. The card with the 7th most votes, which had 291 of the 914 votes, is the 1954 Wilson Franks Ted Williams card with the 7th most votes, 291 of the 914 votes, with a percentage of 31.8%. Welcome to the Baseball Card Hall of Fame. The card with the 6th most votes, which had 301 of the 914 votes, are you guys ready? I know someone out there is waiting for this one. Bam! The 1975 Topps Robin Yount rookie card with the 6th most votes, receiving 301 of the 914 votes for a percentage of 32.9%. Robin Yount rookie card. Welcome to the Baseball Card Hall of Fame. The card with the 5th most votes, which had received 314 of the 914 votes, is the 1948 Leaf Warren Spahn. The 5th most votes, which received 314 of the 914 votes, a percentage of 34.4%. Beautiful card. The card with the 4th most votes, which had received 321 of the 914 votes, is none other than the 1909 to 11 T206 Walter Johnson portrait card, which had the 4th most votes, 321 of the 914 votes, a percentage of 35.1%. Walter Johnson portrait card, welcome to the Baseball Card Hall of Fame. We're now up to the top 3 baseball cards. The card with the 3rd most votes, which had 370 of the 914 votes, is the 1933 Gaudy Jimmy Fox. The 3rd most votes, receiving 370 of 914 votes, a percentage of 40.5%. 33 Gaudy Jimmy Fox, welcome to the Baseball Card Hall of Fame. 2 left, guys. Is the suspense killing you? The card with the 2nd most votes, which had received 415 of the 914 votes, is none other than the 1941 play ball Ted Williams, which received the 2nd most votes, 415 of the 914 votes, a percentage of 45.4%. That's 2 cards of Ted Williams inducted this year. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, the card with the 1st most votes, which had received a whopping 609 of the 914 total votes, is, drum roll please, the 1949 Bowman Satchel Paige, with the 1st most votes, killing it with 609 of the 914 votes, a percentage of, get this, 66.9%. And there you have it. Now let's go over the class of the 2024 Baseball Card Hall of Fame, the 7th year's class. Again, at number 10, 1914 Cracker Jack Christy Mathewson with 30.10%. At number 9 and number 8, tied, the 1957 Topps Brooks Robinson rookie and the 1953 Bowman Color Mickey Mantle, both receiving 31.30%. Coming in at number 7, the 1954 Wilson Franks Ted Williams, receiving 31.8%. Coming in at number 6, the 1975 Topps Robin Yount rookie card, 32.90%. At number 5, the 1948 Leaf Warren Spahn at 34.40%. At number 4, the 1909 to 1911 T206 Walter Johnson portrait at 35.10%. Number 3, the 1933 Gaudy Jimmy Fox, 40.50%. Number 2, the 1941 play ball Ted Williams, 45.40. And again, number 1, the 1949 Bowman Satchel Paige with 66.60%. As you guys can see, look at these numbers. Look at Christy Mathewson, 30.10. Brooks Robinson and Mickey Mantle, 31.3. Ted Williams, 31.8. So if you're thinking your vote doesn't matter, it sure does. This is the closest ballot I've ever seen, literally 1% apart for almost every single card, with the exception of first place, the Bowman Satchel Paige, which just killed everything else. But as you could see, from I would say from 3 to 10, a couple percentage points separate each card. Really, really close. And now for the bad news part of this, the cards that receive the bottom 5 votes that will be removed from the 2025 ballot. At number 36 was the 1933 Gaudy Dizzy Dean receiving only 13.3%, 122 of the 914 votes. At number 37, the 1959 Menko Sadahara O, 12.5%, 114 of the 914 votes. At number 38, the 1909 Philadelphia Caramel E95 Hannah Swagner, receiving only 11.6. Number 39, the 1887 Old Judge Kid Nichols, receiving 11.4. And at the bottom, at number 40, the 1932 U.S. Caramel Rogers Hornsby, receiving 7.2%. So those cards will be removed from the ballot next year in 2025. So with the 10 new cards being inducted this year and these 5 being removed, that leaves an opening for 15 brand new cards to be put on the ballot next year. So I hope you guys can see this. This is the cards after the top 10, the cards going from 11 to 35. If you guys want to pause this instead of going through all of those cards, it's just too many, but look what just was on the outside looking in. Look at number 11. This was a big shocker to me, a really big shocker. The 1986 Topps Traded Tiffany Barry Bonds just missed it with 28.30%. Another huge shock at number 12, the 1991 Upper Deck Michael Jordan with 28.10%. At 13, the 1967 Topps Tom Seaver rookie card. I really thought the Tom Seaver rookie card was going to get in this year. That's a huge shock to me. I got to tell you guys, I was watching the ballots very closely every day, and Tom Seaver was in the top 10 up until the last couple days. So better luck next year on the Seaver rookie. It received 27.90%. At 14 was the 68 Topps 3D Roberto Clemente. I really thought that was going to get in. That was on the outside looking in with 25.20. And I'll do another card, another big shocker, another semi-modern card, the 1983 O-Pee-Chee Tony Gwynn with 24.50%. I'm really shocked to see the Michael Jordan, the O-Pee-Chee Tony Gwynn just miss out on that. And I'm just as shocked to see the Seaver rookie and the 68 Topps 3D Roberto Clemente just miss out on that. But like I said, again, better luck next year. So now I wanted to go over some questions for next year. So let me kind of put myself back in here. So question number 1, now that the Mickey 53 Bowman Mickey Mantle card has been inducted, that now makes the 5th Mickey Mantle card in the Baseball Card Hall of Fame. I'm going to be proposing this question. Do we allow more than 5 cards from any individual player? If so, how much? Do we increase it to 8? Do we increase it to 10? I don't need the answers now. I'm just telling you out there that before next year's induction or before next year's ballot, I'm going to be conducting a poll and ask you, the YouTubers out there, what do you think? Yes or no? Should we increase it from 5? And if you answer yes, do we increase it to 8 or to 10? Because there's just so many cards out there for certain players. A lot of you out there were suggesting that I should increase it from 5 to a little bit more than 5. And that's fine. This is for you. This is the Baseball Card Hall of Fame, not for me. This is for all of you. So I will be proposing this in a poll before next year's Baseball Card Hall of Fame ballot. The other thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing another poll to what cards to add to the ballot, and I'm going to be explaining what I mean by that. The past few years, I would get suggestions from all of you in comments, and I would only get maybe 15 or 20 suggestions each year. This year, it's been well over 100. And even if I added more people to the committee, if I added 2, 3, 4 people, I don't think it's fair for 3 or 4 people to select 15 cards. Since this is for you, the YouTubers out there, I think you should pick the cards to be put on the ballot, not to get into the Hall of Fame. This is to be put on the ballot. So I'm going to conduct a poll of all the suggestions that you out there gave me over these past 4 weeks and pick one card. And the top 15 cards on that poll will be the new 15 cards that will be added to the ballot next year. And there you have it. Some shockers in there, some not so shockers in there, some that I fully expected to get in, some that, like I said, that just barely missed it, that were on the outside looking in between 11-15, the 91 upper deck Michael Jordan, big shocker to me. Tom Seaver not getting in, the 3D Roberto Clemente not getting in, the Topps traded Barry Bonds, Topps traded Tiffany Barry Bonds just missing it. Unbelievable. So there you have it. I again want to thank all of you out there, all those names that I mentioned earlier. I thoroughly appreciate all your support. And like I said, we're going to be conducting a poll. I'm going to be conducting a poll before next year's ballot. Should we increase it from 5 on individual players? Mickey Mantle now has 5 cards. Do we want to increase that? Yes or no? And if you vote yes, how many? 8 or 10? I didn't want to add 15 or 20. I think increasing it from either 5 to 8 or 5 to 10, I thought was significant. But I don't want to make that decision. I'm leaving that up to you guys out there. And of course, the poll I'm going to be creating for all the suggestions that you have given me, I'm going to put it into a poll next year before the ballot, and the top 15 of those suggestions. And like I said, there's over 100. The top 15 of those suggestions will be put on the ballot next year. There's going to be a lot more changes from now till next year. There's going to be a Baseball Card Hall of Fame virtual website where you'll be able to go in and actually see each class and the cards that are in there for each class. You'll be able to make suggestions directly through the website of what cards you want to see be put on the ballot, and anything else that you want to suggest. This is for you, the people. This is not my Baseball Card Hall of Fame. This is for you. I hope you had fun doing this. Like I said, the biggest turnout ever, 900, almost 1,000 guys. This was all from you, all from help from YouTubers out there like Greg, Midlife Cards, and Dylan, Double D Vintage, and Adam, and Chris Sewell, Mike Moynihan, John Keating, John Newman, Dr. James Beckett, Chris from Missouri, Joe Silver Jackify, everybody doing videos on their channel. I greatly appreciate all your help. I really do. To make this the biggest successful year for the history of the Baseball Card Hall of Fame means a lot to me, and I thank you so much. So there you have it. I hope you had fun. I had the most fun I ever had in the 9 years I've been on YouTube doing this. So there you have it, guys. There is the class, the 7th class for the 2024 Baseball Card Hall of Fame. Welcome to the 10 new cards into the Hall of Fame. Until next year, guys, like I always say, have fun with it. See you real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.